And recording. And live chat. Hello, everyone.
So, as I was saying, when I said that we should cross the Rubicon, I didn't expect that, Caesar would listen to me. Oh shit, no, we can't talk about past lives here. That's not allowed. You're not allowed to see into the Matrix.
So, I haven't seen this video before. You've seen the first 40 seconds, you said?
Yes, I've seen the first 40 seconds of this, and the claims made are wild.
Here, let me just...
Absolutely wild.
let us know how the volume is, everyone. Yeah, so you said he starts right out of the gate, too.
Yeah, like, immediately. Pedal on the metal, gas out of the gate. There is no, like, easing into this or explaining where he comes from or anything. He's just instantly into the claims. Now, I want to make it clear. I've only seen 40 seconds of this video so far, which is why I was like, oh boy, these claims are wild. We could end up coming to agree with some of his claims. We'll have to see how he does his argumentation, what he cites as his reasonings, everything like that. So yeah. This doesn't mean don't automatically assume that this video is wrong and bad. I'm under the assumption that Half-Life 2 is a great sequel, but I want to hear what his argumentation is.
Yeah, I haven't, looked at Half-Life 2 too critically, so maybe there's stuff we've missed. Maybe there's stuff I haven't noticed yet, you know? Yeah. But just some of those early claims don't sound too good, you know? Execute Order 69, Owlman. The audio is good. Good to hear. Execute Order 66.
By the way, I don't know if we want to call you the Long Owl Man. I'd rather call you the Long Owl.
That's not something I want to take. The whole Long Man thing is Mahler's thing. I'm just a guy.
It is, but it's just funny that somebody brought it up.
Well, it's a comment I've seen a lot in on the videos too. Like, obviously, people saying in a friendly way, "Oh, hey, it's the Long Owl." Owls aren't long; they're short. They're very small.
Oh my god, I have a fan art picture now of, hey, it's the Long Owl, and they just see your feet and everything like that, and then the next scene is it goes up and up and up and up and up, and you bent your head all the way around behind them, and you're like, hello there.
$20 super chat from Dominic the Donkey. Thank you. Hello, Setch and Creetosis. Hope you two in chat are having a great day. Looks like we might be in for a bumpy ride. Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like I said, the first 40 seconds of this video were wild. So we'll see if it improves from there or not, because oh boy.
But with all that out of the way, I guess we should get started. You've got Watch Together up?
Yep, Watch Together is up.
Alright, let's go.
I don't think Half 2 has earned its influential game status. A lot of people think of it as the first next-gen game from the Xbox 360 and PS3 era, but I'm unsure about that. It was ported to the original Xbox and came out before the 6th console generation was over. Otherwise, what did it really influence in the world of video games? Mostly it was the same as Half-Life, with the addition of vocap and vehicle segments. No, what was really influential...
Vocap?
Yes. I think he meant mocap. It doesn't even use mocap.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think Half-Life 2 used mocap. When did games start using mocap?
I'm unsure on that exactly.
The videos...
But did you like how he already said that it wasn't influential? What did it actually influence?
Yeah,
I'd say for first shooters as a whole. And then he says, no, Call of Duty 2 did in the picture. He said Call of Duty 2 was the one that was influential, not Half-Life 2. It's like, what?
Yeah, that's a weird statement to make.
Also, they're saying turn up the video, his volume.
Yeah, I just turned Watch Together's volume all the way up. If that doesn't work, guys, I'm going to have to turn the audio on my computer up, which I can do. But it means I'm also going to have to turn Setch down because he's already a bit loud for me.
Loud. If you want to, go ahead. And we can go back a little bit. So since people said it was a bit quiet on there, they can hear what he said. We're only 23 seconds in, so there's, we won't lose anything if we go back and start again.
Fuck, I've seen this video. You're not going to like his argumentation. Oh boy.
boy. Yeah, let's go to the start.
Yeah, let's go to the start. And yeah, guys, again, if there's an issue with the audio, just say in chat and we'll try to fix it. They didn't use mocap. Valve manually made the facial animations themselves, which they wanted to flex.
Yes, and they did with the 2003 E3 reveal of G-Man. Oh my god, that blew everybody's minds how realistic the G-Man's expressions were and everything. It was crazy.
Yeah, we could probably throw that on after this video just to show it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a good comparison to do.
So, but remember his arguments were it only had bocap or vocap. I don't know what he's trying to say, which I'm assuming he meant mocap, and vehicle sections. Those were what he said all the Half-Life 2 has.
He said what?
That it has vocap, whatever, it's hard to understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
And vehicle sections, and that was it.
Oh, man.
What? So I'm like, okay, this is going to be, you're going to have to do some tough work to prove that.
Fuck. All right, let's start this again. Hopefully the audio is better for chat.
I don't think Half-Life 2 has earned its influential game status. A lot of people think of it as the first next-gen game from the Xbox 360 and PS3 era, but I'm unsure about that. It was ported to the original Xbox and came out before the 6th console generation was over. Otherwise, what did it really influence in the world of video games? Mostly it was the same as Half-Life, with the addition of vocap and vehicle segments. No, what was really influential was the Source engine, which despite being one of the crummiest engines ever made, seriously,
What?
it fucking crashed when you changed graphics settings.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
still used because of how scalable it is. Not only do I deny that Half-Life 2 was all that influential to the next generation of games, I also deny that it was a real sequel to Half-Life 1. Half-Life
See, there you go, 40 seconds in, and now you understand why I was like, we have to do this video. That's 40-second mark right there, everybody. And now you understand why I was like, yeah, we gotta do this one.
Oh. Okay, so I've never played Call of Duty games. Why does he think... Well, I guess he might explain why he thinks Call of Duty is better in his own video. But, like, what did Call of Duty 2 do that was special? Why might someone say that was influential?
I have no... Okay, so I played the shit out of Call of Duty 2. I played the shit out of Call of Duty 1. I was actually in the Call of Duty 1 realism unit and reenactment unit, and our biggest one was we played United Offensive. We tried Call of Duty 2 and we didn't like it. It wasn't bad, it's just it wasn't for us. And I think Call of Duty 3, as much as it gets gets maligned because it was console only, wasn't bad either. But I don't think Call of Duty 2 influenced squat, honestly. I really don't think Call of Duty 2 had as much influence as he's claiming. He's claiming it was way more influential than Half-Life 2. I think Half-Life 2 revolutionized first-person shooters again.
Well, didn't you say in one of the other streams it was Half-Life 2 that caused Duke Nukem Forever to...
I'm just like one of those, like, wow, this is, what claims to make?
And also, the Source engine is crummy, he said?
Yes, I fully revolt against that notion entirely. The Source engine is one of the most robust engines in the industry today.
Yeah.
It is crazy how easy it is to work with and how much it can handle small problems.
And he does said it crashes a lot, but, like, that happens with a lot of games, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, especially with how many games are made in Source. You've got the Left 4 Dead games, you've got the Portal games, Team Fortress 2.
Yep. Yeah, and again, all of those are Source engine. Counter-Strike Global Offensive is still the Source engine. Like, this engine is incredibly robust.
Yeah, and it's not like Bethesda reusing the same shitty engine for 12 years or whatever. Like, the Source engine is actually solid. That's why Valve keeps using it.
Like, to explain it, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is the source engine. Dark Messiah of Might and Magic is the source engine. So it's one of those, like, I don't get why he's saying the source engine was the shittiest engine made. So I really don't understand that. As for somebody in chat said, what else did Half-Life 2 do besides the engine? Well, you had revolutionary new facial animations and structuring of skeletons within a system. Kind of like Half-Life 1 was the first game to ever use rigged skeletons, ever. Half-Life 2 did the same thing for facial animations, for finger animations.
And there was also, like, a lot of physics stuff in Half-Life 2. Like,
yes,
obviously,
2...
because that's what it's most familiar with now with Gmod and everything, but you start up Half-Life 2, and there's a heavy emphasis on physics right as soon as you get off the train. You see trash blowing in the train station, a guy's pushed into luggage, another guy will knock a piece of garbage off a table when he's sitting down.
Yeah,
there's
a takeout box.
Yeah.
Did you hear what I said?
No.
A Chinese takeover box. A Chinese takeout box.
Well, this stream is banned in China now.
Oh shit! Our citizen score just plummeted in China.
But anyways, yeah, Half-Life 2 puts a really heavy emphasis on physics, like, throughout the game. One of the first things you do besides walking is using the physics to get out of a window.
Yes, and AI behavior using nav mesh was beautiful. Nav mesh is such a good idea. Instead of scripting specific set pieces to go, you nav mesh your world and let the AI dictate how it goes. Such a good idea.
I've never played Half-Life 2, but if it's a sequel, then it has to be bad. That actually reminds me, it's unfair to criticize Half-Life 2 compared to Half-Life 1.
Yeah. As Patrick CXXV111, I don't know what the Roman numerals are offhand. But not only Valve, Titanfalls were also made on Source, so it's still pretty popular among modders and mappers. Yeah, it's incredibly easy to do mods and map making in Source. It is crazy how easy it is.
I've forgotten a lot of it, but I used to fuck around with map making, like, 6 years ago or so? It's something I want to get back into. I never made anything that got released. It's mostly just, like, messing around and testing. But it was fun fucking around in the map maker and making stuff. Like I said, I want to get back into it.
Yeah.
Shit, I was gonna say something I forgot. Oh, yeah, saying how...
I can't remember if Gold Source had the same nav mesh tech that Source does. Because I know it has a type of it where you can put in waypoints and highlights, stuff like that. But then the way Source did it was you could actually have clipping boxes and everything like that to say, like, if you are in this zone, you can fire through this to hit this sort of deal, which the AI can then coordinate off of.
Also, remember...
We'll see what his arguments are. That'll be crazy.
Yeah, I just want to say something quickly, though. Remember when we were watching the Oxhorn video and he said Star Wars wasn't that influential? I'm already getting those kind of vibes from this. Half-Life 2 wasn't that influential. How do you say that?
Yeah. Like, again, these are wild claims to make, and he's not making them as in, don't think. He doesn't say, I don't think. He says, I deny that they were influential or that this is a good sequel. I deny it vehemently. It's like, okay, what a claim.
Yeah, he's really going to have to substantiate this.
Yeah.
So here's my context, because remember, context is the most important thing when talking about old video games, aside from actually playing them, of course.
Context is important for everything.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about old video games, new video games, or anything. Context is always important. Context is vital.
Yeah. And it's a little bit picking at the wording there, but my context, that's a little bit weird to, like, describe it.
Half-Life all the way through a dozen times or more. Opposing Force I've probably played through all the way 24 times, easily. Probably more, but that is a much shorter game. Blue Shift, I've probably played that all the way through a half dozen times. It's not as good, see? So that's my context. I have played the Half-Life trilogy thoroughly. It's insanely good. A friend of mine was the first person I knew to get Half-Life 2. He played it and loved it and told me about how great it was, so naturally I was stoked to play it. But here's the thing, he didn't play the original games. He knew of them and had heard the inside jokes and read about them on the pupil forum of the internet. But he didn't have that context. There's that word again. So when Half-Life 2 goes through its circus clown routine of, "Hey, Gordon, here's your old crowbar, remember?"
That's not a circus clown routine, okay? Okay? That is a callback. It's a bit fan servicey, yes, but so was putting on the HEV suit. Again, it's supposed to be like if you were somebody like me that grew up with Half-Life 1 release and you played all the Half-Lives, including its expansions and everything like that, you go into Half-Life 2, that was that great hit of like, do you remember the nostalgia of putting on this suit for the first time? Do you remember your most trusted companion, the crowbar sort of thing?
Yeah. And
fan service isn't inherently bad. It's how you utilize it. And I think Half-Life 2 utilized it very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as Pete the Cat says, my context, him admitting that he's manipulating the information. Yes. But he's also saying that his friend didn't have the context.
Well, here's the thing, too, is I played Half-Life 2 first as well. And then I went back and played Half-Life 1. So, I don't get, like, where the issue is coming in exactly. Because having played both games, but obviously in reverse order, I don't see where the gap is, I guess.
Yeah. And also, he's already, like, negatively skewed it towards this clown car routine. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that... I could understand if you're talking about, like, something that's truly...
No, he hasn't called anybody diseased yet or anything.
No.
He did say his friend didn't have the context, though, and he didn't, so that therefore he wouldn't understand why it's a bad sequel. And it's like, I get part of that, like, the people that start with Dark Souls 2 don't understand why people that start with Dark Souls 1 hate Dark Souls 2 so much. You should be able to understand, like, even just looking at Dark Souls 2 on its own, as Mahler points out, has a fuck ton of flaws and problems. But, yeah, I get where he's trying to go with it, but he's trying to, therefore, narrate it as his opinion is no longer valid at all, that it's a good game. Kind of a fucked up thing to say, because it was a good game to him. He played it, he thought it was a good game.
Yeah. But back to what I was saying, it seems a bit unfair to call it like a clown show when it's not actually bad.